Now then, and welcome back to another episode of Football Manager 17. The Wolverhampton Wanderers charge continues. We're having a good season so far. It's nearly the end of August. It's the 25th of August in game. And it is the draw for the third round of the EFL Cup. We've managed to get through the first two rounds quite easily. The third round is where the board expected us to get to, and I'm about to view the draw to see who we come up against in the third round. There's some good teams still in the competition, some very good teams of course, Premiership sides, and I'm hoping to get a Premiership side if I'm honest, because it'll be some big money for us and possibly we could be a giant killer. So I'm going to start an automatic draw and we're going to sit here and work through it together and see what happens. Everton play Sunderland, okay. Manchester United play us, Huddersfield, okay. Huddersfield's actually my next opponent. Manchester City plays Nottingham Forest. Crystal Palace plays Arsenal, okay. A lot of Premiership sides going out already. Bournemouth versus Southampton. Norwich versus Burnley, newly promoted. Liverpool versus Leicester. Some good matches coming up. West Ham versus Bristol City. Tottenham versus Wolves. Oh, we're up against Tottenham. We got Tottenham in the third round. That's going to be a difficult match. That is Premiership side who's set to be very highly ranked in the Premier this season. Notts County from League 2 still there versus Northampton from League 1. That's a good draw for them. They might get through to the next round. That's nice. And MK Dons versus West Brom might be another interesting match, just to see. And all in all, that's a good result, Tottenham. It's a good result. It's going to be a very difficult game, but it's a good result overall. Lots of interesting games there. It would have been nice to hit one of the League 1 teams and almost guarantee going through, but instead we've got a tough test in the match against Tottenham. Today we're going to be commentating on the Huddersfield game, which is our next away game, and it's today. It's the last game of August, so we're completing the August run. I'm trying to fast forward through these as much as possible because I'm not particularly interested in winning the championship this season. I don't think I'm going to win any silverware this first season. I want to develop the squad and the players ready for next season and keep a lot of scouting going on. But saying that, we haven't done too bad. We've been winning lots of games, even though we've been letting a fair few goals in and giving me a little bit of a heart attack every now and again when the goals have been going in. We've had some quite good games. In the last episode, we saw the game against Rotherham, where we went 2-1 and beat them. That was nice. In the Cup, we had Luton first of all and beat them 3-1, and then Wickham in the second round and beat them 3-0. Really straightforward games, impressive goals by the team, but against the lower league teams that we were facing, they didn't really prove too much of a threat. So I'm not going to show you any highlights from those. They were just easy victories, really. The Reading game, now that was a difficult one. I think we struggled a little bit in the Reading game. Let's have a look at the match report. With only 54% possession, and they had quite a few shots on target and the like as well. It was a close-fought match. It started off with Danny Bath putting in the first goal at 14 minutes, and Roy over there, Roy of Reading, putting in a goal at 18 in order to counter it. But then just before the half-time, Cody goes in and scores a goal at 45 minutes. Excellently done, just to send us in looking awesome. And then Costa managed to score a goal at 76 minutes, but then Roy pulled one back at 90 minutes just before the end of the game, just making me wonder if potentially they could draw if we dropped our concentration. But everything worked out fine, and we ended up with a 3-2 victory over Reading. Then we had a slightly better game against Ipswich, only slightly better. We did manage to get 55% possession and hold their shots. They had more shots on target, more shots than we did. But still, Costa managed to make it count at 14 minutes with a beautiful goal. And then at 60, after the half-time break, and I did a few changes here and there, moved a few people around, Gladden managed to get an awesome goal on 60 minutes. Replied a bit later on, almost at full time, Conor Grant scored a great goal and the 87th minute. But we still walk away with a 2-1 victory over Ipswich. Next up, we had the derby game with Birmingham City. Of course, if you remember right back at the first episode, I applied for the job at Birmingham City and Wolves at the same time. So both new managers in the derby for a club that they've not really been at or supported ever before. And it goes at 3-3, and I couldn't believe it, right? The goal scoring started with an own goal, giving them a 1-0 head start on us from an own goal. And stupid defensive mistake from Stearman. And Stearman's a local boy as well, so it was real gutting for him, no doubt, for the rest of the game to have scored an own goal against his own team. And then we did manage to claw it back very quickly after 32 minutes. Costa scored a goal. 34 minutes, Mason put in another goal. Awesome comeback, really. So we scored 3 goals within the first half. Then in the second half, they managed to get another one back, drawing level again. And really, at 74 minutes, just after I'd made a couple of substitutions, this was a difficult pill to swallow. They scored an impressive goal though, so fair play to them. Brought on McKay, my new boy McKay, the star of the future. And in the 81st minute, he replied by sending us 3-2 up. And I thought, that's it, we've clinched it. 81 minutes, my super sub is in there. Excellent goal, loving it. But in extra time, in injury time, this cracking goal gets scored and levels it 3-3. Wow. Derby day, 3-3. Packed to capacity. All the attendance, 30,000 people from the Birmingham, Wolverhampton area, all piled into the Birmingham St Andrews Stadium and watched a miraculous 3-3. And I feel that we were robbed. We basically had the 58% possession. We had the majority of the shots on target. We had clear-cut chances. We had the possession in their half, in their half more than they had in our half. We even gave them a goal head start, and then to get equalised in the very final minute of that injury time. Well, crushing, really crushing. But 3-3. It was our first and only non-win of the season so far. So with that cracking start in August, we're sitting at 3rd in the table. A table we have to finish top half. We were predicted to finish around about 8th. We still may finish around about 8th. In fact, in the playoffs would probably be favourable to me because we get some good money for being in the playoffs. And that will help in building the squad ready for the next season, which will be the Premiership title charge, or the charge to get promotion, to win the Championship and win all the silverware and all that, and move into the Premiership. At the minute, though, some of the other teams, like Aston Villa, for instance, they seem to be struggling slightly. Norwich, 1-2, drawn 2, struggling slightly. And those two teams in particular should be ahead of me up there where Newcastle is. Newcastle played 4, won 4, got a lot of goal difference, been doing really well. Probably going to win the Championship easily this season. But let's focus on our final match of August. The match today is against Huddersfield, who are currently sitting at 13th. Huddersfield were expected to finish around about 11th, so it's one of those matches where I feel like it's going to be very, very difficult to beat them. They are currently sitting in a good place in the league. They've won 2, lost 2. They don't have many goals scored against them, and they are going through against Manchester United in the Cup. So they're obviously playing on form and above expectations right now. I don't want to lose a game to anybody, so I'm going to start off with a very defensive, it's the Mountain Wolf formation, with the majority of the Mountain Wolf things going on. My familiarity has lost some of its impact. We're a bit awkward in some places because we haven't used this tactic much this season at all. We've been playing Grey Wolf tactic, and they've become very familiar with Grey Wolf tactic. But I feel like I need to be a little bit more defensive today and also rest a few players. So I've reduced the tempo slightly, and I've added in the extra defensive midfielder. I'm also going to choose to do some man marking. So I'm going to set up man marking so that I can mark their forwards and try and just pick them off before they get into goal. So we can try and control the game a lot more. We've got tight marking on for all of these. It'll put tight marking on all of those. And then when it comes down to the actual tactics, I shall change these around a little bit so that we can man mark a few people. So, what do we got? Can I add them in now? Yes, I can. Good. So I'm going to work out who's going to mark who and check my tactics, and then we'll get on with the match. Okay, so we kick it off. In theory, I should be marking all of their forward players. All of their attacking players have got a man marking on them, and I'm hoping that this strategy is going to prove successful in limiting their chances completely. If I come away with a 0-0 draw, that'll be fine with me. I don't mind that. Let's block Tommy Smith off. If they get too many chances, I'm going to have to worry about it. Being drawn away from this position by man marking, that's fine. I don't mind. I need to man mark. Let's see. Clearing it out. Yes, that's good. Good clearance from the first bit. And we've got the ball back. He's losing it up front, but that's okay. So long as they don't have it in our goal. That's the main thing right now. Now let's see, man marking into place. Oh, well, still manages to get through and score the first goal, 1-0. They are so on form right now. Who was supposed to be man marking him? Oh, the keeper even gets his hands to it and drops it off. So they were man marking him, but the keeper made a mistake. Dang it, Carl. You're not supposed to make mistakes like that. Okay, let's see. We've got a lot of yellow cards picked up as well. Oh, we nearly scored the equaliser just before half-time. That would have been a lovely chance. Lovely chance. It's taken a shot on target. At least we got one shot on target. But just look, everyone's exhausted. Everybody is exhausted. I'm going to bring Cody on for Prince so that he can take over that role, and that should be better there. Sass, I haven't got anybody to cover Sass, unfortunately. Prince was able, Cody was able. Maybe if I put Edwards on instead of Cody. Let's undo that. Let's bring Cody on instead of Sass. And let's bring Edwards on instead of Prince. Try it that way around and see if we've got any more luck. I'll save one more just in case. I've either got a speedy wing back or a speedy winger or a different striker, depending on the feel and the need for things. I want them to come out and get excited about this. They're really looking really bad at the minute. They're getting beaten, and I don't know if it's my tactic or whether it's just the other team is so on form right now. If I wasn't defending so hard, I think it could have probably been a lot worse. Costa just picked up an injury. He just pulled a hamstring. Oh dear. Okay, so that's something I didn't want, and now I've had to make the sub for it. I've just made the sub for it. That's what I wanted to do. Why did you not make the sub? Let's make the sub there. And McKay can come on. Let's see if he can make a difference. Get out there and make a difference, boy. Come on. Show me you're worth 2 million. We're going to defend hard against these guys now. We're man marking. Stearman manages to get it out. That's good. We're on to the wing. Doherty. Make something happen. That's it. He's up. He's off. Oh, and it's an equaliser. Gotta love it when we score an equaliser like that and a quick pass from defence up forwards. Look at that. Long pass up forwards. He manages to get onto it. And from a long shot, left-footed, puts it past the keeper. Without a doubt, a well-earned equaliser. They're beating us on possession. They're beating us on shots. We've had more shots on target, though. Somehow. Wow. We've had a lot more fouls as well. We could get a sending off if we're not careful. Keeping it at 1-1, boys, would be okay. Let's encourage them a little bit. Let's just give them a little bit of encouragement. Just calm down. Work it out. Figure it out. I can't do any more substitutes, so they're going to have to deal with it. They can hold the game a little bit longer. Oh, we got another chance. We got another chance. Oh, we go in front. 2-1. Oh, man, what a shot that was. I thought he was going for it, but then Edwards could have a chance. Nice one. We bring on the sub, and he manages to score a goal. No one was marking him. Excellent. So we're at 2-1. Now we've just got to keep fingers crossed. They've got 3 minutes of added time in order to make a difference. And here they come. This is the last chance for them, I guess. They're going for the wing. Oh, the winger decided an easy shot from the wing was working instead of a cross. Unlucky, sucker, unlucky. And it's full time, and we managed to come away with a win, even with a defensive strategy. Oh, my days. The players, they didn't really do very well. There was some of them that did very well, and some of them that just didn't do very well at all. And Costa getting injured. That just means that McKay has got to step up to that position sooner than I expected. But overall, I am proud of that comeback, apparently. It was a brilliant comeback, and I'm proud of it. So I hope that that bodes well for the rest of the month. Look at that. We are now top of the league because we've just won a game in hand of Newcastle. If Newcastle draw, then they go back into the lead because of goal difference. But at least we're still up there in the fight. I actually want to start losing some matches, or at least drawing matches out and not making it so that we qualify. I just want to sit in the playoffs. I don't want to sit at the top spot. I expect Newcastle will soon sort that out, though, and stop us winning those chances. And with that, the transfer window is closed. August is over, and we tick over to September. The manager of the month for August was not me. It was Benitez of Newcastle, of course, being top of the table and winning every match. 5 matches, 100% win ratio. He deserves it. He deserves it. Maybe my time will come in a future month. Second, though, that's not bad for my first month in charge at Wolves. We haven't lost a game. We did draw that derby match, and that set us back on the manager of the month. It could have been a much tighter race, I guess, for manager of the month. But instead, we're sitting in second place behind Newcastle. And I, as the manager, am sitting in second place behind Rafa Benitez. Well, that's all I've got time for in today's episode of Football Manager 2017, my Wolves playthrough. Hope you join me next Saturday for some more, where I'll round up what happened during the transfer window of August, and we'll start on September's matches. Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.